Hi guys, welcome to Charities Baba USA, your number one channel. This is the home of happiness. This is the home of opportunity, guys. I come here and I tell you the way you can tips about the way you can successfully come and live here in the US. My name is Charity Nganga, and I came here through a DV lottery, and I came with my family. And oh my goodness, it's awesome, 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 awesome to come and live here in the US. And I feel like in my heart that I have to share with someone out there and it would be my joy just even to help even one person to come and live here in the US. So I normally talk about the DV. I give tips. I go read in travel.state.gov and try to help you guys so that you can get it and you can understand better. And I also tell you guys, when you watch my videos, go verify. I need you to go verify what I'm talking about to see if it's the truth. Now, before I start the topic for today, I want to acknowledge all my subscribers. Guys, you are awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep those thumbs up coming. Keep on subscribing. Keep on sharing with your friends, guys. I am overwhelmed by your support, guys. I really, really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also want to thank the new subscribers and also welcome them to this space. Oh my gosh, here we're going to learn a lot of stuff. By the time you come here and live in the US, or you will be pros. You will know what to do, where to go, because those are the tips that I am going to help you with. I've lived here for 7 years now with my family. I've gone to school. I've become a nurse. I'm going back to study more. And it's awesome, guys. And that's why it feels my joy to share this information with you guys. Um, so today I am going to talk about other different types of visas that you can come with here in the US. It is not only the DV lottery. There are other ways that you can come and live here. Have you ever thought of dating? You know, like dating, you meet a person and you fall in love, and then that person happens to be a US citizen or a legal permanent resident. You find that that is a way that you can come and live here in the US. But then you'll be like, Charity, how can I get someone to come and to meet and to date, and they are very far away, so many miles away? How do I meet that person? There is online dating. Why not try online dating? I know, especially where I come from, that like online dating is not very common. But if we are interacting through the internet, we are interacting through the media, you find that that is the same way that you can interact with people. There are those websites, but you have to look for those websites that are good, the websites that are authentic, and you just go and you meet people there. Of course, you'll have to pay a fee for you to use their platform to get someone, but that is how you find that people who are aggressive, it doesn't matter. This is another century. You have to be very aggressive. So that is the way. And you met a US citizen or a US legal permanent resident, you fall in love, and they are able to file for you to come and become a legal permanent resident and eventually a citizen. But this one is called a marriage visa. Now, this one you have to prove to the consular that your marriage is real. It's not just like that you just want to get married and get the green card or the whatever, and then you get out. No, you have to prove that you are really married. Like it has to be like a really, really normal marriage, like the way you're married to your husband. Now that's how it should be. You should not. And I believe that it's wrong for someone to get married to someone because they want a benefit, like a green card for it, and then maybe that person falls in love with them and they end up leaving them. For me, that doesn't sit well, because I believe like every human being deserves to be treated right. So if you are doing that with an intention of getting the green card and divorcing that person, if the consular finds out, oh, you will not get it. And when you don't get it, if you fail once, you never get it again. It just happens. You don't get it again. So that's the first one. Yeah, you can come here. You can have a boyfriend or a girlfriend back there home, and you wanna marry that person. You feel like that's the right person. They don't care who you're marrying. When you come, when you're a permanent resident or when you're a citizen, they don't care whoever you marry. So you can be able to file for that person. Of course, you have to file depending on where they are living outside US. And then when you come here, they give you a timeline whereby you can get married. And then when you get married, then the legal permanent resident or the citizen can file for you to get the right papers. So that's another way that you can come and live in the US. Another way is our pastors. If you're a religious pastor, you are affiliated to a certain church, you can come and live in the US with your family. And that one, you come with a visa called an EB4 visa. Go to travel.state.gov and read about that one if you're a religious worker, and see how you can come and live in the US with your family. But you have to prove, I am from this church. You have to have some things like certificates of baptism, certificates of confirmation, all that stuff. You have to have certificates. Maybe you have gone to school for that pastor work, and then you have to prove all that before they let you come in and do that work of pastoring. You know what I mean? Then we have another visa whereby, let's assume you came here as a guest, as a visitor, or you came here as a tourist, and then you ended up giving birth to a child. When a child is born here in the US, they become US citizens. So you find that child, when they are 21 years old, they can file for you to become a legal permanent resident or to become a US citizen. Now, like me, we just became citizens last year. You find that we are able to file for our parents to come and live here in the US, which is a very good thing. Of course, we can even file for our siblings to come and live here in the US, which is a benefit. So you find that when you are a legal permanent resident or when you are a US citizen, you are able to file for your parents and you are able to file for your siblings. That is if you are over 21 years old, because 21 years old is considered as an adult. And like I said, when you guys were filling out the DV lottery, I said that if a child is below 21 years old, you have to include them in your application because they are still considered as children. So you always have to put them there. But above 21 years, you do not need to include them. They can always do their filing for themselves. Now, what about someone who has excelled in their career? Like those runners, like those Kenyan runners, Ugandan runners, Ethiopian runners, those ones who go international and they are known by everybody. Or maybe a professor somewhere who has excelled in his research, in his work. He's doing very well. He's known all over. You find that those people can request. They can request. It's called a petition. They can request to come and have a visa and come and do their work here in the US. That's something that will benefit this country. So if you are a benefit, even me, I like people with benefits. Even my friends, I like friends with benefits. Actually, if they are not adding any value to my life, then I don't see the reason why I should find them. It might seem harsh, but that's reality. Because even when you're living day-to-day life, you need those people who are able to uplift you up, who you can share with, who you have something in common. You have goals. Even if you are in different areas, you're able to motivate one another. You do not want to involve yourself with people that you cannot you are not able, like to you can, like they can't help you, because there are some people you can have like as friends, and they act like they always want to get something from you. Now, for me, I feel like those relationships are very tiring and they're bad. But if you have relationships that you are able to benefit from each other, you know what I mean? You find that those are good because you are able to uplift each other up. You are able to motivate each other. You know what I mean? So it's the same case here in the US. If you have excelled in something, you have excelled in running, you have excelled, maybe you're a professor somewhere, maybe you have excelled in research, and you have come up with your own medicine or a theory to solve something, and you do a petition, they will take you because you are a benefit. You are going to come and benefit US. You know what I mean? So that is another visa that you can apply. It's called an EB1A. It's called EB1A. You can apply when you have excelled in a certain field, like that guy who was running in Kenya and he ran in under 2 hours. That guy who ran in Ineos. Yeah. So that one, if he wanted to petition, he could petition, and then he could be able to come and live here in the US with his family because he has excelled in that field and he is good. So excellence. this country recognizes excellence. And this is stuff that I read on their website, travel.state.gov, guys. So if you go there and you type what is an EB1A visa, you will find out all that information, read about it, and you will be able to know more, because I want you guys to have information. That is why I sit here, I give you tips, so that you can succeed in whatever that you want to do. So again, this is Charities Baba USA, your number one channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. Call your friends. I need you to share with your friends. I need you to share with your families, because I am giving you tips on how you can succeed, even in the areas that you're living, on how you can succeed. Because for me, I just like to excel. I also like to be doing something that is helpful in my life. It doesn't matter where I am at this moment. It doesn't matter whether I am a parent. I feel like if I want to go to school, then I will be able to go to school. If I want to do something, I will be able to excel in that thing. So guys, that is why I have to be here to motivate you guys and to champion you, and also to give you those tips, those those details that I did not know when I got my green card, those details that I did not even know, like what's a DS260, or how was the photo supposed to be. That is why that's what I want to talk about, because I know that there's someone who really, really, really needs that information, guys. So let's see, another one that you can come with is whereby you are working somewhere, and when you are working, you have a job, right, or you have a career, wherever you are, outside US. But then there's a company here that needs workers. For example, nurses. I put out a video about nursing, and a website, an agency where you guys can apply. So you find that if they start, maybe like where I work, for example, they have a shortage of nurses. It's just an example that I am giving here. And then they want to hire people, but they do not have people that they can hire here in the US. You find that they can decide, we are going to go to a certain country outside the US and look for nurses. So when they look for nurses, and then you come and do a good job, and that you are self-reliant, you are dependable, and you have all those characteristics of a good nurse, then you find that that company can file for you. It is not like 100% that they must do it, but you find that there are those exceptions. There are those people who are excellent, and they do what they are required to do, and they do it, they are motivated. You find that those kind of people, they always have a way, like, to get help. So you find that that one, they can file for you. The company can file for you a visa called an EB2 visa, whereby you are able to work for them, and also you get a green card. But it is the company that is going to do the petition on your behalf, so that you can get the visa. Of course, they will have to prove other things. They will have to prove that you are really, 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 really needed, and beyond reasonable doubt, why are they hiring someone from outside the country. So those are some of the factors that they have to key in before they file for you. But it still happens, and it's a visa, and I need you guys to know about it, so that whatever that you're doing out there, you have to do it in excellence, because here it's pure excellence, guys. US is pure excellence. And that's why I tell you guys, if the photo is saying it's a 2x2, if the photo is saying the background is white, it is white or off white. So it has to be excellent. This is USA. Like, you have to do things right, guys, so that you excel. And that's something that when you come here, you have to learn, that you have to do things. It takes time. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not a challenge for you to, especially when you have come as an adult, to adapt to a new culture. You are challenged, and but eventually you get it. Eventually you get it with time, and then you are able to flow. And when the places that you fail, you always have that room to correct yourself and do better, because they always give you a chance to do better in this country. Now, so I've talked about the EB2. Now there's another one called the EB1B. This one is for professors and researchers the people who have really, really excelled. Like, there are those professors who are excellent, like they're just excellent. Like, I look at this guy here in the US. He's in charge of COVID. He's oh my gosh, that guy is a researcher. He's in charge of COVID, and he consults with the president. He consults with everybody. I really admire him. And you find that if you hold such a position, wherever you are in a country, you find that you can be able to petition or to come and request US for them to give you a visa. It's called the EB-1B, and you can come and live here in the US with your family members, and just continue with your good work, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? Like, but you always have to prove. They will also always need documentation, and of course, people like professors, like that guy I'm telling you about. He's in charge of COVID stuff. People refer everything from him, so so there has to be like people who are referring stuff from you. You know what I mean? So that you are able to prove, and then you get a visa. So your work is speaking for you, and then you will get a visa and come and live in the US. Now, we talked about the DV lottery as very extensively, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm going to mention it because it's still a visa. And normally, the DV, like I said before, is that they select people who are from those countries who are not many in the US, and those are the countries that are selected or that are there to apply for the DV lottery. And if your country is not selected, it's not that you have done anything bad, it's only that your people, you have a lot of people, or a high population of people has immigrated to the US, and that is why you are not there. So guys, like, this is awesome, like, just to know like all these categories, and I am gonna go back and talk about each, and just try to expound and see what are you required to do, or in detail what it is. But here is just an overview of some of those basis. Now, the other one that I want to talk about is if you have been abused. Maybe you are in a bad relationship whereby you're being beaten up, or you're being emotionally abused, or you're not treated right, or maybe the kids are not treated right. You find that there is that a visa for people who have faced violence from their spouses, or from kids who have faced violence from their caregivers. It is called a VAWA. It's called VAWA, and it's talked about. I know it's talked about extensively in some of the groups here in the US that have been found by Africans. Like, it's talked very, very extensively, and I know why it is talked about extensively. It's because, especially coming from Africa, you find that the woman and the child, they don't have a place. They normally do not have a place. I know things are changing right now, but especially when I grew up, you could find that the woman and the child did not have a place. Everything, every share, like the best share, the lion's share belonged to the man. All the decisions were made by the man. Anything that went around in that home was made by the man, and the woman, even the voice of the woman was not heard. And you find that there are some people who still feel like they have that entitlement, that they are in charge. And even if they have an excellent woman, because you should not overlook your spouse, because you find that when you have a spouse who is maybe they can even be smarter or brighter than you, that does not give you a minus, it gives you a plus, because you are working as a team. You are one team, you are working to attain a certain goal. So you should embrace that. But you find that most men, and especially depending on how African men have been brought up, is that there are some who believe that a woman's place is in the kitchen, or a woman's place is in taking care of the kids, and kaput, that's it. You know what I mean? So you find that when they come here, they have difficulty to adjust to the situation whereby the woman is able to is entitled even to talk about decisions, to play a part in the decisions, to play a part even in working and bringing income for the home. So you find that sometimes there is conflict whereby there are disagreements. The man is not agreeing with the woman. The man thinks that he's being overlooked, or he thinks that the woman is being very aggressive. Because you find that if you weren't a career woman, now, like me, I was a career woman in Kenya. So for me, it wasn't a problem even when I changed my career to do nursing. But you find that if you come from a home and you were a housewife, and you didn't have a job, and then you come here, it doesn't matter, especially if you came here and as a derivative, maybe your husband got the green card and you came here as a derivative, or maybe the other way around, it doesn't matter. And then you decided to go back to school, and maybe you just excel in school and you have a good job. So most men feel inferior, which is wrong. They should not be feeling inferior, but I know it happens, but that depends on how our boys are brought up. They are brought up being shown that they are in charge, whether it's a wrong decision or whether it's a right decision. That is what is going to be accepted in that home, and nothing else goes. That is wrong. That is wrong. So you find that there's a lot of conflict. hmm? Conflict arises. There are those fights that go on. There's abuse. There is just emotional abuse, and you find that if a spouse has gone through that, or if a child has gone through that, you find that they can file for this visa. It's called VAWA, and they have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that they have gone through abuse for them to get a green card through this way. They have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. So you cannot take advantage. This is for people, you might say that I'm gonna go and say that he beat me up or he did what. No, you have to have proof. Because here, if violence is happening, of course you're supposed to call 911 so that they can come and help you out, or just try to sort out that issue. You're supposed to have proof. You cannot just do witch hunting and start saying that, we have different kinds of people. There are some people who are victims, and there are some people who take advantage of being a victim. So you should not take advantage of being a victim. But if you have been abused by a legal permanent resident or a US citizen, you find that you have that pathway whereby you can get your green card through VAWA, and you find that it's a good one. But they do a lot of investigation before they give you that. So, guys, those are some of the visas that are there that you guys can use, and you can apply and come and live here. The other one I'm going to talk about two more is the student visa, the F1, whereby you apply in a college, and after you apply, there are those colleges who are approved to have international students. Now, when you apply for that one, normally what happens is that they will send you a document called an I-20. Now, that I-20, what you're going to do is that you will fill out a DS-260 when you get that one. Of course, you'll have a bank statement. You'll have all the documents that they will request from you, and then you'll go to the American embassy and prove beyond reasonable doubt that you want to go to school, and prove to them why you want to go to school in the US. Prove to them that you're able to pay the school fees, because when you are an international student, you have to be able to pay your own fees. There is no help. Nobody is going to help you to pay your fees unless you have come here as an athlete. You have that benefit that you're benefiting the school as an athlete, then you can get scholarships. But if you're just coming to study, then you have to prove that you're able to pay your school fees, you're able to pay for the dorms, you're able to sustain yourself. Because you find that even if you get a job in the campus, normally what happens is that you don't get to work many hours. You work 20 hours a week, and that's not much. It's gonna help you, but even the wages, it's not that they're that high that they're gonna keep you to the standard of the American way of life, because the American way of life is very high. So you have to have a very good bank statement to show that you are able to pay your school fees. Of course, they'll have you pay some part of the school fees. I don't know. For now, I don't know I'm not sure if they tell you to pay 2 semesters, but I know that you have to pay 1 semester in advance before you come to college. Now, it's also another visa called a B1, B2 visa, whereby you come here as a visitor or you come here as a tourist. And you find that that one also has a restriction. If you come here as a visitor, you have to keep in mind that you are not allowed to work. Do not come here with a B1 or B2 visa and work, because if you work, you are violating your visa. You're violating your visa, which is very wrong, because you should not be able to do that. And if you're working for someone, that person, if they have a company, then that person, if anything happened and they were found they are working without paperwork, they would be forced to prove. Because they have to prove that everybody that is working in the US is legally authorized to work. If you're not legally authorized to work, then you should not work. You should not work. And of course, when you're going to for the B1, B2 visa, you have to prove to the consular that you will go back. Because if you are not able to prove to the consular that you will go back home after you have come to visit, then they are not going to give you the visa. They will not. So you have to have maybe something, maybe if you have a job, you have to tell them, yeah, I have a job and I have to go back to my job. If you have families, you'll be like, I have a wife and I have to go back to my wife and kids. You see what I mean? Or there's something that ties you back to your home country. But if you do not have that, they are not going to give you the visa. So you have to be very, 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 very careful and know this information, so that when you're going for your interview, you know that what you're telling the consular, you have to be beyond reasonable doubt that you will go back. Of course, when you come here with a B1 and B2 visa and someone has told you that they will get you a job, that they are lying. They are lying. They are not telling you. They are not being truthful, because a B1 and B2 visa, you're not supposed to work because you'll violate it. So there are also other avenues that you can pursue, maybe and be able to work. But that's a topic for another day. So, guys, I have talked about different kinds of visas here, and I hope that you'll go back to travel.state.gov. Please, that website should be your book, whereby you're going to verify, we are going to read more information about it, so that you are well equipped. You are well equipped. What I do here is just give tips. It's giving tips, because like sometimes I'm getting messages. The people are telling me, all I want is the green card. I want to come with my family, or all I want is the B1 or B2 visa. Guys, I do not offer any visas. I'm not an immigration person. What I do is that I share my experience. I came here through a DV lottery, and I have gone through the whole process. I have become a US citizen. So what I talk about is my experience. How did I go about it? And I also look at that website and see other ways that people can um, they can use for them to be able to come in the US, and that is what I bring here in this forum. So if you text me or you call me and tell me, oh, I have a family, you have to find a way whether how you are going to get me the DV, or you have to find a way how you are going to get me the B1 or B2 visa. What I do here is to give you tips, tell you the way or where you can go, and for you to get information to know how to apply for yourself. But I am not able to do that because I do not work for immigration, and neither am I. Do I have access to those visas? I wish I did. If I did, then I could invite all of you, but I don't. So, guys, I just wanted to make that clear, so that we are on the same page. So, please, guys, when you're watching this video, watch it to the fullest. Give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. I know you have friends. Tell them to come and subscribe to Charities Babu, your number one channel. You know what I mean? Because here it's a home of opportunity. Information is the key. I always believe that information is the key. Without information, you are not able to maneuver well. But if you have a tip, you know that she has talked about this. Let me go and verify it from travel.state.gov and see if it's the truth. And then from there, I can know how I can help myself. Guys, I need you to be readers. I need you to be listeners. I need us to shun that habit of asking. Because when you ask someone, and maybe you live in the same village, and that is the person that you are asking about travel.state.gov, the chances of them misleading you is, I would say, 90%. I would say 90%. So it's very good to consult, look at these websites, watch the videos. The videos are important because it's a guide. They give you a guideline on where to go to get the information. So, guys, I'm going to end this session, and thank you for watching me. And until next time, God bless you and stay safe.